So today I went to do my laundry and I was out of laundry soap. My jar was empty. So we are going to make dry laundry detergent. And I'm going to show you all the supplies you need. You are going to need borax, washing soda, a little bit of baking soda, and a bar of soap. I'm going to double my recipe, so I'm going to use 2 bars of soap. These are, I make homemade soap, and these are old bars that didn't come out right, so I'm just going to use these. Some materials you'll need is a food processor. I used a grater and this guy, a bowl, and some jars. You want the soap to be very fine so that you can wash on cold and it will dissolve. And of course you're going to need some measuring materials. So you only need a 1/4 cup of baking soda, and you don't actually need baking soda, but I like to use it. And you're going to need 2 cups of your washing soda and your borax. So now we're just gonna mix everything up. So you'll see these little clumps. You wanna make sure those disappear. And you might find that it's easier just to stick it back in the food processor. I doubled my recipe, so I've got a little bit more. I had to switch bowls, but you just wanna make sure this all gets mixed up really good. And you can see everything is so fine, the soap is so fine, so everything will dissolve in your washer. I only use cold water on my clothes, so I don't have any problems with this not dissolving. And now you just transfer it into your jars. So, doubling the recipe, I got over 3 quarts because this is more than a quart. And I will show you how much to use. So I have a pretty big washer, so it can fit quite a bit. Normally you want to use 1 tablespoon of this, so it's not much at all. I use my little 1/4 cup thing, and there's a line in there that is 1/8 of a cup. So I use just less than 1/8 of a cup. I put it right in here, close it, and I'm done. So there's 4 tablespoons in 1/4 of a cup. So I'm probably using about a cup or a tablespoon and a half of the detergent per load. So this recipe that I use now is my favorite recipe, and I have tried, I think, all of them. I've tried the liquid detergent, which really turns into kind of a goopy, snotty type of liquid. It's basically almost the same recipe, but you're adding water to it, you're cooking it down, it's a bit more labor intensive, and then you put it into a 5-gallon bucket. So that recipe makes about a 5-gallon bucket, but you're using more, so it all comes about to the same. I've also tried the paste recipes where I haven't done one of those in a long time, but I mean, that was pretty simple, and you ended up with a paste. It was a bit more, I mean, just difficult to use just because now you have this paste and, you know, trying to get that in there. I mean, that wasn't bad because it was still compact instead of like with the liquid, you have this big, huge 5-gallon bucket, and then I would try and pour it into easier things. And, so the paste was fine. I stayed away from dry recipes in the past because all the recipes I found just said to grade your bar of soap. And I would find that, you know, the soap wouldn't really dissolve in my washer because I always use cold water. So then I found the recipe to grade, then to blend that bar of soap. So that works a lot better, and I really liked it. I doubled this recipe, so I got the 3, you know, over 3 quarts. and that will last me for months and months. So it'll last a really long time. The ingredients are not that expensive. It's very cost effective, so I enjoy it. Also, if you want to scent it, I would not recommend adding any essential oils to it because it could like clump, but I use my bars of soap, and my bars of soap are scented. You can purchase, I used to use the Fells Naphtha bar of soap, so you just have to get a scented bar of soap if you want your detergent scented. So thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.